past few weeks we have been working on a V-Berth refit. Now, we posted a video about it quite a while back. I will put it down below if you want to go check it out. Not actually far off being completely finished with the V-Berth. So yeah, let's just get in.
So we've been working away in the V-Berth, and this is the stage we've got to. So I've built the extension piece to the V-Berth here. We've ripped out all the cupboards that were here. We built the extension, so that's quite solid down there. The old V-Berth used to end about there. So this is what we've gained back. I've managed to build the under mattress ventilation. They're designed to just let air flow under the mattress. So there'll be a few holes in that panel, and we're going to have a radiator under there. So basically the mattress is going to get very well aired out with that. Also, it serves another purpose, which is to raise up the mattress height a little. The higher your mattress height ends up, because of the angle of the hull, basically the more bed space you end up with. So we'll be going with probably about an 18 centimetre thick mattress. So by that point you'll be probably up around there. And we end up with a really wide mattress. So hopefully we'll be doing better than when we're in the aft cabin. So the other thing I've just finished up are our shelves over to the side. Really, when you're doing things like this, it doesn't have to be pretty, because we're going to vinyl over all this. So the gaps that we leave here, they're because we're going to tuck vinyl into that with insulation. So these pop off for now. They can come home and get varnished. And these are just thrown together. Hot melt glue, polyester resin. So we've got these wee lights. So once this is all vinyled up, these wee lights will just sit up under here. And there'll maybe be a USB socket on the 12 volts, and we'll get a pretty socket in here. So we wanted it quite simple. There was a lot of storage in here that no one was using. The cabinets here, they're 280 wide with 2 shelves in it, and we feel like we'd be better off with the bed space in here. So you end up with a wee shelf for his and hers to put your phone on, maybe a bottle of water for the evening. A bit of light, a bit of power, and that's all we're going to need. I'll take a moment to talk through the stuff that we're using. So this is Plastizote LD45, 6mm thick. It's a medium density closed cell foam, and it's really good for insulation and upholstery work. It's available in sheet form like that at Thames Valley Supplies, and they're really good. It's expensive, but it really is the stuff for the job. So the other product we're using is a vinyl. It's a cheap vinyl. It's an eBay vinyl, but it's oh, hello, Luna. How are you? You coming to help? So, we're rudely interrupted by the trio of madness. The other product I wanted to talk about was the vinyl. It's a marine grade vinyl. It's quite cheap, and we get a really good deal from a Luna. But it's really good. It's a fire rated marine vinyl. Good stuff. So the other thing we want to talk about is the adhesive. So this is available from places like Mega Van Mats, and it's a really good upholstery adhesive. It's like a polyurethane foaming contact adhesive. So it's a bit better than like your Evo sticks. It bonds right away. It's really good stuff. So that's part of the solution. We used this on our last boat, and we used that, and then we carpeted it, and it was a really good solution. This time, we think we'd prefer to try vinyling because, you know, dogs, mess, it's white clean. So the idea of using the Plastizote is it very easily bridges any big issues that you've got in the laminate. So that won't be visible in the end product. The other thing it's good at is going around corners quite easily. So that will also look really neat once it's done, and it'll provide a nice flat surface that we then, once that's bonded and stuck, we come over and do the vinyl with the same thing. So the idea with these shadow gaps is foam can go up to it. You can even leave a couple of mil gap if you like. And then the vinyl just sort of nicely tucks down into the shadow gap. And that will happen coming this way and coming this way. So that's going to get a really neat finish. The plastics, it really does well going around things like that. If you bond it nice and tight, that'll look really, really nice. Protects the corner as well. So that's the scheme we're going for. Takes a bit of time. I can see in here that I'll need to pay attention to the details to make sure it ends up a good job. But so far we're pretty pleased with how this is turning out as something of a master cabin on Ragdoll. So like I was saying, these things just get thrown together any old way. In there it is just bonded with a bit of polyester resin and a bit of glass, and it's just sort of tabbed on, screwed, glued, and it's now solid. But the idea is all that gets covered in vinyl. All that gets covered in vinyl, and then it goes over the top of it, so it's going to look very neat. So the idea with the trim ring here is we would love to have removed it, but we had a little go at these screws and they are quite solid, so we don't want to go chewing them up and causing a mess on the trim ring. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the old headlining as best that we can. Then we'll fit the foam perhaps up to about 1 millimeter away from the trim ring. Fit the headliner over it in the vinyl, and then with a scalpel we'll very neatly cut around and then just nicely tuck the free edge in. Hopefully it will look something like that in the end. That's the finish we're looking for. Hi, I'm Chris, boat butcher extraordinaire. As you can see, I'm making a complete meal of this. Yeah, I am. I'm making a complete meal of it. I feel like I'm making a complete meal of it, but this is just the insulation. I'm hoping that it'll look better once we get the vinyl on it. So we did this exact same job in our old boat with carpet. The carpet's a lot more forgiving. It's a matte surface. It's textured. The carpet goes on top of that and it forgives whatever errors in installation you make. This, I'm not certain it's not going to be forgiving. It's the only way to do is to try it. I can see right away that it does seem to cover quite well just by playing with it. So that's going to come down round the corner like that. It's going to come over that edge. So I have to be really careful with where I start. Basically, I'm going to start in the middle of every panel and just work out. I'm lucky I don't have to do too much up here because this is not visible with this panel coming this way, but I do have to be really careful how I fit this in. I've got a rough plan there. So I'm going to mask that, spray, and then fit that to roughly that line. And then if I just work it with the fingers a bit, I can get it fitting to a really nice, neat finish. Fingers crossed it turns out like that. If it's I'm not confident, no, really not confident.
I don't think you're giving yourself enough credit. It's looking really good, and I think it'll look absolutely fine.
Old Ragdoll, her V-Berth looked really good because the carpet was so forgiving. We did a two-tone. We did dark anthracite up to about that height and then a lighter grey over the top, and it looked really good in Old Ragdoll. I'm not certain it will hide all the... Because you run your hand over that and there is undulations and whatnot. So I just don't know how much this will blend it out. But guess we've got to try. Face of a worried man.
So that's how it's looking so far. It's been patched in places. That's looking good. That's the initial layer in, I guess. I have to finish the other side and then it's onto vinyl.
The foam comes as a metre wide. So on the hull, it's we put a double layer on, so that's 26 mil, so 12 mil of foam on that. We did that because two reasons. One, from here down the hull's cord, but this isn't cord, and it's only yay thick, so we would find that condensated quite a lot. So double layer there, and that's good. But what it also lets us do is it gives us a double thickness here, which will make it all the easier to tuck edges of vinyl in, hopefully.
And make it look like we meant it.
Make it look like we meant it.
That looks quite good. I think we'll get a good finish on it. It's going to be a bit of fluffing about, and you have to be really careful with it, but I think we'll get a good enough finish.
I'm not confident.
And that's our bed slats ready. So hopefully they will provide a good chunk of ventilation under the mattress. Hi, Meems. So Chris has got all the plastisone in the V-Berth up and done and dusted, and I think we're moving on to putting on vinyl now.
Plastisone is on. It's a lot of work, but you can really feel the difference with the heat in here. Hopefully we've done enough that the vinyl will go on and look good. There's nothing more to do now than throw up a panel and see how it looks. We're going to start with this one, see how that goes, then we'll progress on to these. I'm really scared. I have no idea how this is going to go. 120, so 130. 1.3 across the top there.
Looking quite good. Even in the LED lighting.